Assault Services for Holistic Healing and Awareness, where we work intentionally in the African American community around these issues. We are proud to be one of the 3 sponsors for this event tonight, which is a panel discussion and voices from the Backlog. And in particular, we partnered with the Detroit Institute of Arts. I would like to thank them for allowing us the opportunity to have the space here. Thank you so much for this beautiful, wonderful lecture hall. And then we also would like to thank Wayne County SAFE, our sexual examiners program, our sexual assault forensic examiners program. I want to say it right because we have a panelist here from Wayne County SAFE, to have a discussion about the rape kits and the backlog, and more importantly, and most important in the room, I'd like to thank our 2 survivor panelists who are here, and we have been having a really healthy and full dialogue. One of the questions I'd like to ask, I believe we have, is Channel 7 here doing some recording. Is there anybody on the panel who do not want to be recorded, or anybody in the space that don't want to be recorded? Please raise your hand so we can be acknowledged that you do not want to be on. Okay.
Stay where you are.
Okay, I'll go back.
No? Okay. I don't want to scare anybody off.
Well, it's late.
It's not for me.
Please take care of yourselves. One of the things about sexual assault is that there's such a stigma attached to it. And then also there's so much victim blaming and rape culture and all of that stuff that just kind of makes us kind of leery about this, but I do want to give him credit. He made sure to remind me to ask everybody about their safety around being recorded and being on television. So please know that we will honor and respect that. Anybody on the panel need to take care of that? Anybody? Okay, you're good. All right, so with that in mind, the last thing I did before we went to break was I just yelled out a barrage of things. Rape culture, victim blaming, R. Kelly, Bill Cosby, Harry Weinstein, all these folk. But really my question is, how has the Me Too movement impacted what you've done and how you navigate in either advocating for survivors, surviving, or fighting to change legislation and laws, or whatever it is that you do on a daily basis? Has Me Too impacted you in any way? And anybody can start by answering that question.
Me Too impacted me in a major way. It's actually part of the reason why everyone's here tonight, because I felt if women like Tarana Burke and everybody who has come forward and stood on their truth to help get help for everyone else, I figured that I could do it too. So I just like the feeling that to see other strong Black women stand up for what's right and for what's necessary in our communities and to help bring that healing, and that's what inspired me to do the same.
I think for me, Me Too really gave, created an open and a safe space for me to be able to feel comfortable sharing my story and saying, okay, some justice might come from this. I'm not saying justice for people who assaulted me, but I was able to normalize what had happened to me and find some kind of relief knowing that somebody else is getting relief from this. So I was kind of like healing through everybody else's healing. And it really it pushed me in a way to really identify my trauma and identify how that trauma was playing in my life, and started a whole bunch of conversations in my safe spaces with my friends, with males around rape culture. I'm actually doing a panel conversation around rape culture this summer with school-age teenage boys and college students. So that it really just made me feel validated in the fact that I'm not crazy, and the feelings that I'm feeling are all the people are going through the same thing. I can find some validation, and it gave me that avenue to do so.
Anybody else?
I think it's important to the Me Too movement, and it's to bridge that gap between police and community. I think Black Lives Matter. You're trying to tie that in, that there's a lack of involvement in our community for law enforcement. Even though in Detroit you see predominantly Black police department with a Black police chief, but this still happened on our watch. So you can see that there's more. It's not about a color thing, but we need to address, as you stated, how people profile people as rape victims, or the whole process. We have to include everybody. Nobody should be counted and respected and service them, not a high-profile case. So that's what that means to me.
Absolutely, thank you so much. And so questions, and I do have one question on a card that I'd like to ask. And this question is for you, Dr. Campbell. It says that you stated that one of the causes of the backlog was a major lack of resources to respond to sexual violence in Detroit. So what has changed?
The staffing levels in the Detroit Police Department, I have to look to some of my colleagues from law enforcement who can fill in some of these details, have increased. The number of advocates at Wayne County Safe has increased. There's been greater support from the state. If you think I'm getting into the county level politics, you are wrong. I'm not going there. Let somebody else do that. So there has been an increase in resource, but I think one of the things I really do want to emphasize is the extent to which the Detroit community and the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, and Prosecutor Worthy in particular, has really had to leverage grant support. And turning into the federal grants, to different types of state grants, and that's a smart strategy, and it's been very helpful, but it's like, this is crazy to have to try to fix this on grants. Grants are short-term. This is really still needs a systemic solution. So to the person who asked the question, I apologize, I don't have all of the numbers and all of the details, but it is better. But I also want to sort of peel back that to say, where did the better come from? A lot of the better came from grant funding, and that comes and that goes. So what's the sustainable solution?
If I could add to that, one thing that has changed dramatically that I see is the lab testing. And because of this major influx of kits that have been sent out there, we've been able to, not I, but it has been negotiated. The price of testing a sexual assault kit has went from $2,000 to about, what, 800, 900? No, we don't want to get that carried. But the cost has come down quite a bit. There's a lot more outsourcing. The turnaround time on getting a kit tested is dramatically decreased. So all of these things are helping to make these investigations move along much more expediently than they had in the past as well. So the big forklift approach that a lot of jurisdictions took to get their multitude of kits testing have driven the price of that testing down.
Thank you. So collectively and individually, I think we're building this plane while we're flying it. And that where there's good, and where there's room for improvement, we're all present for that, which is what I was hoping that we would continue to do. Don't know if that answers the question specifically, but I'm glad you did that. Are there any questions from the audience? Anybody want to ask a question by show of your hand, and we can pass it up? I know that I had one card, that was the only card I got, and we're actually approaching toward the end of this if there are no other questions. So I know you have a last component that you'd like to share called I Am.
Yes. Well, now that it's the end of our event, thank you all once again for coming. I'd like to thank the BIA for allowing us this space to have this conversation, everyone on the panel. This has been such a long time coming for me, and just to be here in this moment is just, I was supposed to be here all along. And I wanted to leave you guys, since I beat y'all up for 2 hours, I wanted to leave y'all with a little pick-me-up. And so throughout everything, you do learn what it means to be a survivor by walking that road. The people that end up working in it and everywhere, you learn that strength, that resilience, that boldness. You learn at some point how to take that back. And so to be here at Take Back the Night 2019,
The 11th annual.
the 11th annual. It's the first one for me, but it's the 11th one for her. But I'm gonna get there. We working baby steps. So I wanted to leave you guys with a declaration of who I am right now in this moment. I am a lost little girl longing to be loved. I am a teenage mother. For my daughter, I fight to rise above. Rise above the stereotypes. Rise above shame. Rise, little brown girl, above trauma's pain. Rise above the lies told, infecting your spirit, your name. I am the key to unlocking a change in the game. I am a warrior with fire forged in my veins. I am a diamond. I've been through the trial. I've walked through the fire, the flame, no matter how long the mile. I am a diamond. Survivors, my name. I was tried by the fire, then I became the flame. I am a phoenix. I've lived and I have died. I was silenced, entombed. I am a phoenix, surviving in a place meant for my doom. I have a warrior spirit with a general's insight. I once looked for justice. Now I see we must fight. I am a beacon of hope, love, and light. That beacon that shines brightest in the darkest of nights. I am a dreamer's dream, that gleaming twinkle of an eye. I am the voice of a movement, not going gently into the night. I am a rebel, raging, rage against the dying of the light. I am a fighter and will die before I fade in the obscurity of night. I will fight to protect that precious dying light. I am a survivor, protector of the innocence that is the dying light, fighting against the silencing that is the bitter night. I am a rebel. I refuse to fade. I will stand and fight. I am a survivor and a warrior. I will fight against the dying of the light. I am. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming.
Tonight, Detroit 11th anniversary, Voices from the Backlog. As you leave, please make sure that you think about and concentrate on the thing that you need to do to re-energize yourself, take care of yourself. That poem was enough. Thank you so much. I'm going to shut up. Good night, everybody.
Could I ask you all to